What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today I will be discussing the most recent happenings in the 7 Deadly Sins story, including the physical and emotional showdown between Zeldris and his daddy, the Demon King, at what seems to be a major turning point in the story. A turning point that could be the beginning of the end of the entire series. I will be breaking down everything that happened and everything that we know so far right here in this video. And if you enjoy these types of videos and you'd like to see more, please leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar for all the latest 7 Deadly Sins news and updates, including the latest updates on the new anime season. Finally, this video will of course include manga spoilers. We're dealing with the latest developments in the story, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Chapter 229 starts off with the Demon King attempting to distract Zeldris with yet more illusions inside the spirit world. He wants to play off of Zeldris' big brother issues by showing the scene in which Meliodas told Zeldris that he was leaving the Demon Clan. This was a very emotional moment in the lives of both brothers because Meliodas asked Zeldris to take Gelda and come with him, but Zeldris refused, and he told Meliodas that he no longer considers him a brother and that the next time they meet, it will be as enemies. But the Demon King then has the Meliodas illusion say things that the real Meliodas did not say, including that he never considered Zeldris his little brother, and that he will gladly kill him the next time that they meet. The Demon King is trying to convince Zeldris that this is the true nature of Meliodas. This is what he was really up to the whole time, but Zeldris doesn't buy it. Zeldris slashes away at the Demon King's illusion and exposes the Demon King in his true body, which towers over Zeldris and Gelda. Zeldris says that he remembers this specific exchange with Meliodas very well, and he knows that Meliodas was speaking from his heart. The only one who was not speaking from his heart was Zeldris, because his heart wasn't really with the Demon King and the Demon Clan's war against the goddesses. The Demon King says that Zeldris cannot understand how painful it is for him to have to kill his own beloved sons. He wanted them to go down the right path, the path of the Demon King, but they chose to abandon the ideals of the Demon King and give themselves over to petty emotions such as their love for Elizabeth and Gelda. Zeldris responds by saying that calling them his beloved sons now is a joke, since he never loved them and they never loved him either. They never had a good relationship, which means that even before Meliodas decided to leave the Demon Clan, both Meliodas and Zeldris had a strained relationship with their father. Zeldris also says that even though he knows that he isn't as strong as Meliodas and the Demon King, he is going to do his best to fight the Demon King because this is a spirit world, and in here Zeldris has a chance of winning, just like Meliodas managed to win back when the Demon King was possessing his body. Zeldris is determined to return to Gelda, his beloved, back in the physical world, and now that she has finally been freed and they have a chance to be together, Zeldris is committed to winning and he will never give up until he finds his way out. The Demon King then proclaims that he would never lose to such a pathetic and weak-minded man who is chained to a woman, but Zeldris tells him that he will never understand that love and affection for others can grant a person powers beyond what he can imagine. Here, Zeldris is talking about the idea that when you have something to fight for, when you are fighting for someone who is important to you, you can find the kind of inner strength within yourself that you would never be able to access otherwise. In anime and manga, we have definitely seen this a lot. The dreaded power of friendship, and how when their friends are in danger, anime characters and especially anime protagonists can suddenly gain insane power-ups and defeat much more powerful opponents. And of course, Deku's 10 billion% smash comes to mind. But to be fair, in the real world there is such a thing as hysterical strength, which is the concept that in certain emergency situations, and especially when their loved ones are in danger, humans can gain a burst of superhuman strength and even lift entire cars by themselves in order to save someone trapped underneath. So there is some real world basis for these power of friendship power-ups, but of course in anime this concept is always combined with magical steroids. At this point, I also want to bring everyone's attention to how often the Demon King mocks Meliodas and Zeldris for being in love with women. In this chapter in particular, he calls them pathetic and weak-minded because they are chained down to a woman. But he has also made many mocking statements in the past about the fact that Meliodas and Zeldris fell in love and are willing to make important decisions based on their love for Elizabeth and Gelda. It really makes you wonder about whether there is some history between the Demon King and a woman that left him feeling heartbroken, betrayed, and completely jaded when it comes to love and relationships. A lot of people have theorized that perhaps at some point in the distant past, the Demon King and the Supreme Deity had a romantic relationship, but for some reason it didn't work out, and this lover's quarrel is what sparked the Holy War in the first place. We actually still don't know how exactly the Holy War started, so it isn't out of the realm of possibility that the Supreme Deity and the Demon King may have had something going on as the only two outright divine male and female characters in the series. Although we still don't know hardly anything about the Supreme Deity, so it really is just pure speculation until we get more information about her. Feel free to let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Was there some spicy romance and drama going on between the Supreme Deity and the Demon King? And then eventually some petty lovers' quarrel caused the Holy War? Or do you think that something else caused the Holy War, and if so, what do you think it was? Let me know down below. I also thought it was pretty funny that while he was having this emotional discussion with the Demon King where he was defending the power of love, Zeldris kept telling Gelda not to tell Meliodas what he is saying. I guess that even though Zeldris is very different from his father, and even though he has changed and developed over the years, he is still embarrassed to openly talk about his feelings in front of his older brother. There are definitely some older brother issues happening there, and I mean, I get it. As an older brother myself, I imagine that it must be hard for younger brothers to constantly live in our glorious shadow, always looking up to us and admiring our greatness from afar. I am sure that my younger brother Gozen would agree with me on this one. Now let's just hope he doesn't actually watch this video. Now at this point, Zeldris does something very clever. He begins to play mind games with the Demon King by taunting him and pouncing on his biggest weakness, which is his ego. Zeldris tells the Demon King that his pride has been shattered and his mind has been weakened by his previous defeat at the hands of Meliodas back when the Demon King had tried to possess Meliodas' body. And then Zeldris really goes for the jugular by suggesting that the Demon King was defeated by the very emotions that he considers to be weak and pathetic. As predicted, this infuriates the Demon King, and he tells Zeldris that he will never be able to escape from this spirit realm on his own. But Zeldris just smirks and says that his brother Meliodas will definitely come for him, implying that together the 7 deadly sins and Zeldris and Gelda will succeed in defeating the Demon King, just as he was successfully defeated when he tried to possess the body of Meliodas. The Demon King tells Zeldris to stop behaving this way. After all, wasn't he the one who wanted to become the next Demon King? To succeed his father on the throne and lead the demons to victory in the Holy War? But Zeldris tells his father that he is mistaken. Zeldris didn't want to become the next Demon King because he wanted to follow in the footsteps of his father. Rather, he wanted to become the next Demon King so that he could take down his father and rule in a way that is completely different from the way that the Demon King has been ruling. By the way, if you're interested in the life of Zeldris and his true goals and motivations, you can check out my video called The Tragic Life of Zeldris. In that video, I went into great detail explaining what Zeldris really wanted and how he wanted to become the next Demon King so that he could become a better ruler than his father and create a better world for the demons under his command. He was even willing to sacrifice his life for the cause, and in my opinion, Zeldris is the unsung hero of the demons. To us, he was introduced as a villain, but in reality, he always wanted to stop his father's ruthlessness and become a better ruler for the entire underworld. And he wanted to make it so that the demons, vampires, and all the other creatures of the underworld could live together in peace. Zeldris then proceeds to use his signature move, Ominous Nebula, against the Demon King, and this seems to be highly effective. The Demon King's body breaks down inside the spirit world, and as the battle against the 7 deadly sins rages on the outside, the Demon King appears visibly injured even in the physical world. In fact, Gelda suddenly returns to her physical body, and then on the final page of the chapter we see that the 10 commandments are being detached from the physical body of Zeldris. The text on the final chapter says that the Demon King's oppression is severed by trust and love, and Zeldris is freed from his father's grasp. This strongly implies that the battle might actually be over. Gelda is back in her physical body, and Zeldris is seemingly regaining control of his own body. Without a vessel in the physical realm, we can assume that the Demon King will again be banished to purgatory, and he will have no way of opposing Zeldris and the sins. But the Demon King and Nakaba Suzuki have fooled us in the past, and the next chapter, chapter 330, is called He Holds On. So this could definitely be referring to the Demon King and the fact that he somehow manages to hold on despite the events of this chapter. If this is the case and the Demon King still isn't defeated, then we can assume that the battle will now be taking place entirely in the physical world, with Zeldris, Gelda, Elizabeth, and the 7 Deadly Sins all there in one place. Whatever happens, I am sure this will be one epic battle, and I'm still waiting for the Mother of Chaos, King Arthur, and perhaps the Supreme Deity to make an appearance at some point during this story, so I'm not going to put my money on the story being over yet. Feel free to give me your thoughts down below. Is it finally over? Are we heading for another quote-unquote epilogue? Or are there more twists and turns still ahead? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. If you don't make sure to select the option to turn on all notifications, you will still miss a lot of our uploads. That's just the way that YouTube works in 2019. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar to keep up with all the latest developments here on the channel, and also on the latest news about the 7 Deadly Sins, including the new season of the anime. I want to give a big thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons who make videos like this one possible. Special thank you to all of our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, Angel Cruz, Steelers, Poet Pablo, Atropos Wraith, Viridala Beat, Ekarot GN, Anatoly Kazatsky, DJ Nathaniel, and Alpha Dio. And I can't forget the ones that rise above all other clans. A massive thank you to all of our The One tier patrons, including Ingrata, Alolanatum, Matty Mac, Makota-kun, and ya boy Seth. If you enjoy our videos and you think that they add some value to your life, consider supporting us on Patreon. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.